Okay, very good morning to all of you. Can you hear me? Please tell me. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, Pooja, Rutuja, Rajesh, Shruti. Okay, chalo. So no problem. Now, very good morning to all of you once again, and welcome back to the chemistry online practical series. And now, this practical is for semester 2. Please remember, we have finished semester 1 practical in last month, and today we have or we will start one more practical, that is from semester 2, and name of your course is CH203. So I am requesting all of you, please take pen and notebook with you and write down the important things which I am going to discuss today. Okay. Okay, very good. Then, so this is your course number CH203, Chemistry Practical Course for Semester 2. And again, this Semester 2 is divided into two sections. First section is for inorganic chemistry, and section A, you can call it section first also, but section A is for inorganic chemistry. Now, this is inorganic chemistry again divided into three types: volumetric analysis, inorganic synthesis, and analytical estimations. Then the section B, that is organic chemistry, it is again divided into two parts, that is purification of organic compound and organic preparation. So today myself, Professor Kishore Kale, discuss you I am going to discuss you for this lecture, that is inorganic synthesis. So today we will see the two inorganic synthesis, that is one is synthesis of potash alum from scrap aluminum, that we will going to see, and next we will see the synthesis of Mohr salt. Okay. Now, okay, this is your experiment number 1, and aim of your experiment is, write down this aim. If you can see my screen, you can write down this aim: to prepare Mohr salt. To prepare a Mohr salt, it is one of the important inorganic compound, and it is called as FAS. It is also called as FAS, that is ferrous ammonium sulfate, FeSO4, NH4 twice sulfate is there. So this we are going to synthesis today. So aim of today's experiment is, what is the aim? Aim is to prepare a Mohr salt, that is ferrous ammonium sulfate. In short, it is called as the FAS, and the chemical formula for Mohr salt is FeSO4, NH4 twice SO4. This is the chemical formula for ferrous ammonium sulfate, or in short it is called as a Mohr salt. Now, what are the requirements for this? What are the requirement for this uh, experiment? One, कोई तो भी बोल रहा था कि your voice is low. You can increase your YouTube voice, no problem. You can increase your YouTube voice. ठीक है? No problem. चलो. So the we will see the chemical and apparatus. Next is chemical and apparatus. So what you will require for this experiment? Write down this chemical and apparatus. You will require ferrous sulfate. You will require ferrous sulfate, and quantity is 10 gram of ferrous sulfate you will require. So what you have to do, you have to weigh a 10 gram of ferrous sulfate by using a weighing balance, and but make a paper boat, and you can transfer that weighed quantity. Okay, then you will require concentrated H2SO4, that is concentrated sulfuric acid, then polished iron nail you will require, and you will require ammonium sulfate. Ammonium sulfate quantity you will require, it is 4.7 gram. It is 4.7 gram. So these four chemicals you will require. Ferrous sulfate you will require, then concentrated H2SO4, polished iron nail, and ammonium sulfate. Okay, so these chemicals you will require. You will require a beaker, you will require a conical flask, and you will require a measuring cylinder. Okay, okay, no problem. Then we will see the procedure. So let us start with the procedure. What will be the procedure? So first step is what? First step, what you have to do, you have to dissolve a 10 gram. First you have to weigh a 10 gram of powder ferrous sulfate by using a weighing balance, and you have to dissolve that 10 gram ferrous ammonium sulfate in 40 ml of hot water. So by using measuring cylinder, you can take 40 ml of hot water, and you can dissolve 10 gram of ferrous ammonium sulfate in a beaker. Then in this dissolved ferrous ammonium sulfate solution, what you have to do, you have to add 2 ml of concentrated sulfuric acid. So by using a measuring cylinder, you can measure exactly 2 ml of concentrated H2SO4, and you can add that concentrated H2SO4 into the dissolved ferrous ammonium sulfate, and into the same solution you can add clean bright iron nail. You can add clean bright iron nail. Okay, so this is the first step. Then in second step, what you will do, you can write down this procedure part also. You can write down this procedure part. In the second step, heat the above solution. Then what you have to do, you have to heat that solution to the boiling. So what will happen after heating? Whatever the ferric sulfate is present, that will get dissolved. First of all, ferrous sulfate, whatever ferrous sulfate is there, that will get dissolved after heating. And if any ferric sulfate is there, if any ferric sulfate is there, what is the difference between ferrous sulfate and ferric sulfate? Here, ferrous sulfate, in this ferrous sulfate, iron is present in +2 oxidation state. Iron is present in +2 oxidation state. Okay, someone is saying your voice is very low, so you can increase your YouTube volume, no problem. Okay, increase your YouTube volume. Okay, so here in ferrous sulfate, iron is present in +2 oxidation state, and here iron is present in +3 oxidation state. So what will happen? So what will happen? Whatever the ferric sulfate is there, that will get reduced to the ferrous sulfate. So there is a conversion of +3 to +2 oxidation state after heating to that solution. After heating the solution. Okay, so this is your second step. Then next step is, then add equimolar amount of ammonium sulfate. So you have to weigh 4.7 gram of ammonium sulfate by using a chemical balance, by using a weighing balance, and add this ammonium sulfate to this above solution, and keep the solution hot for some time. Next step is what? Next step, you have to weigh equimolar amount means 4.7 gram of ammonium ferrous sulfate by using a weighing balance, and you have to add that hot solution. You have to add this 4.7 gram of ammonium sulfate to the hot solution, and you have to keep this solution hot for some time. Then allow this solution to cool naturally. Allow this solution to cool naturally, and after cooling this solution, there is a crystal formation. There is a crystal formation of more salt will take place. That is, after this crystal, your voice is not audible. Now tell me, can you hear me? Tell me, you can hear me? Now tell me, you can see my screen and now you can see my screen. Okay, okay, okay. There was some technical error. That's why बहुत से सारे चीजें एक साथ कर रहा हूँ, इसीलिए दैट प्रॉब्लम था. ठीक है, ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. नाउ आई विल रिपीट दिस प्रोसीजर पार्ट. आई विल रिपीट दिस प्रोसीजर पार्ट. ठीक है, ओके, चलो, नो प्रॉब्लम. Very good. Now, in the procedure, what you have to do? You have to dissolve 10 gram of powder ferrous sulfate. So first you have to weigh a 10 gram of powder ferrous sulfate by using a weighing balance, and you have to transfer that 10 gram of powder ferrous sulfate in 40 ml of hot water. Stir it so as to what happens, so as to all the ferrous sulfate will get dissolved, and into that ferrous sulfate solution you have to add 2 ml of concentrated H2SO4, and after adding 2 ml of concentrated H2SO4, stir this solution stir this solution and add clean bright nail of iron. You have to add in that beaker. So what is your first step is you have to weigh 10 gram of ferrous sulfate, transfer that into 100 ml of hot water and add 2 ml of concentrated H2SO4, stir it and add clean bright nail. ठीक है, so this is your step 1. Then the steps 2 is what? Heat the above solution. You can write down these steps also. Heat the above solution to the boiling, so as to what happens, so as to ferric sulfate will get reduced to the ferrous sulfate. Now we have taken a ferrous sulfate, and ferrous sulfate has iron atom in +2 oxidation state. So, and if any impurity is present of ferric sulfate, in ferric sulfate Fe is in +3 oxidation state. In ferric sulfate Fe is in +3 oxidation state. So if any impurity is present of ferric sulfate, it will get reduced to the ferrous sulfate. That is, conversion of +3 to +2 oxidation takes place, and this conversion is called as a reduction. So after heating, what will happen? Your all ferrous sulfate will get dissolved, and at the same time the conversion of ferric sulfate to the ferrous sulfate takes place. So this is the use of heating. Then the third is add equimolar amount of ammonium sulfate. Equimolar amount of means 4.7 gram of ferrous sulfate you have to weigh 4.7 gram ammonium sulfate by using a weighing balance, and you have to add this 4.7 gram of ammonium sulfate to the above solution, and you have to keep this above solution hot for some times. And after heating, what you have to do, you have to allow that solution or that beaker for some time, so that what will happen, that solution will undergo a crystallization. And you will get a crystal formation. Now this crystal formation step is a little bit slow step. It will take 24 hours or 48 hours. So after 1 and 2 days, what will happen, you will get a very good crystals of more salt or ferrous ammonium sulfate. Okay, you will get a very good crystals after 1 or 2 days. see here, crystals of light green color, and the color of that crystals is light green color, right? Light green color of monoclinic system will be obtained. After 1 and 2 day, you will get these very good crystals of ferrous ammonium sulfate. So and then what you have to do? You have to dry it in here. You have to dry it in here, and you have to weigh and record the weight. आपको क्या करना है? You have to weigh that crystals, whatever you have obtained. That is your experimental yield or practical yield of more salt. That will be your experimental yield or practical yield of your more salt. You have to record the dried weight of your more salt. Okay, so this is the procedure. Very simple experiment is there. This experiment will finish within a 15 to 20 minutes, but for crystal formation you will require more than 1 day or 2 day. Okay, so after crystal formation you have to weigh it, you have to dry it, weigh it, and record the temperature as A1 gram. So your practical yield of more salt is A1 gram. Practical yield of more salt is A1 gram. You have to record it for your calculation part. So I will tell you the practical yield. I will tell you practical yield. You can take practical yield in between 5 to 6 gram. You can take any value in between 5 to 6 gram. This is your practical yield. Okay? Okay, no problem. Then next part is calculation and theoretical part. So there are some calculations. By that calculation you have to find out the percent practical yield. So how will you do? Now please write down this thing. We have started with ferrous sulfate. ठीक है, हम लोगों ने क्या लिया था? Ferrous sulfate which contains heptahydrate. So ferrous sulfate which contains 7H2O will give you FeSO4 NH4 twice SO4 plus 6 of H2O will give you this. Now the molecular weight of ferrous sulfate 7H2O is 278, and molecular weight for this system is 392.50. Okay, so this is your calculation. Please remember this a standard equation. Ferrous sulfate हम लोगों ने लिया है और we have formed a more salt, and this is the standard. 270 is equal to 392.15 gram. Now we will calculate a theoretical yield. We will calculate a theoretical yield. How will you calculate? Now see, molar mass of Fe. Molar mass of Fe, that is iron, which is equals to कितना है? Molar mass 55.84 gram per mole. This is molar mass of Fe. Then molar mass of more salt. Write down this thing. Molar mass of more salt is ये 392.15 gram per mole. Now that means what? That means 55.84 gram of Fe will corresponds to 392.15 gram of more salt. ठीक है, and this is for 55.84 gram. Now we will calculate for 1 gram of Fe. Now we will calculate for 1 gram of Fe. 1 gram of Fe will give you 7.023 gram of more salt. ठीक है. Now your practical yield is a gram. Practical yield is equal to a gram. That I have let us take any value in between 5 to 6. Okay. Now how will you calculate percent practical yield? Now how will you calculate percent practical yield? Now 7.023 gram corresponds to 100%. Corresponds to 100%. Now a gram of product will how much? Find out this x value. Find out this x value. How will you find out? X is equal to a into 100 multiplied by 7.023. It will be your percent practical yield. It will be your percent practical yield. Okay, this formula is given in your आई हैव सेंट यू द सम नोट्स. मैंने आप लोगों को कुछ नोट्स गूगल क्लासरूम पे भेजे, उसमें दिस फॉर्मूला इज देयर, नो प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है, सो बाय यूजिंग दिस इक्वेशंस you can calculate the percent practical yield. Now come to the result table. Now your result table contains two point. Result table contains 2 point. Practical yield, that is a gram. Practical yield is a gram. You have to take any value in between 5 to 6, and by using this value you can calculate percent practical yield. You can calculate percent practical yield. So this is your experiment number 1. This is your experiment number 1. Now let us start with experiment number 2. Now let us start with experiment number 2, that is synthesis of potash alum. That is synthesis of potash alum. Okay, we have finished experiment 1. Now we will start with experiment number 2, and aim of the experiment is synthesis of potash alum from aluminum metal. So what you have to do, you have to take a scrap aluminum, and from this scrap aluminum you have to synthesis potash alum. So this is the, we are preparing something from waste. So best from waste strategy is here. So we have taken a scrap potash alum. You can use aluminum foil also, no problem. Any scrap aluminum you have to take, and from that scrap aluminum we are going to synthesis potash alum. Okay, now this is the aim of your experiment. Then next is chemicals and apparatus. Chemical and apparatus क्या लगने वाला है आप लोगों को? Let us see. Aluminum scrap you will require, or you can take aluminum foil also, no problem. Then you will require KOH, that is potassium hydroxide, and concentration of this KOH is 4 molar. Then you will require a concentrated H2SO4, you will require conical flask, you will require beaker, and you will require a funnel. Okay, okay, so these are the chemical and apparatus you will require. The next is theoretical part, which is a very important theoretical part. You can write down these theoretical parts. Now what will happen, first part or first reaction is reaction of scrap aluminum with KOH. So first we have to take a scrap aluminum and you have to add a 4 molar KOH. Then the reaction is what happens. So what will happen if you react scrap aluminum with KOH, then all the aluminum that will get dissolved and will form a potassium aluminate salt. This potassium aluminate salt you will get formed. This salt is called as a potassium aluminate salt. After reacting with KOH you will get this salt, that is called as a potassium aluminate salt, 2KAlOH4. So what is the reaction? What is the reaction? This is a scrap aluminum, Al, that is a solid, then 2 moles of KOH, which is aqueous, and in presence of 6 water molecule you will get 2 KAlOH4, which is called as a potassium aluminate salt. And during this reaction what happens? During this reaction hydrogen gas is evolved. During this reaction hydrogen gas is evolved. So you know that hydrogen gas is what? It is a very explosive gas. So these reactions you have to perform under well ventilated area. This reaction you have to perform under a well ventilated area, because there is generation or evolution of hydrogen gas takes place, and this hydrogen gas is flammable gas which catches fire easily. So you have to take care that you have to perform this experiment or this reaction you have to carry out under a well ventilated area. Okay, so this is your first reaction. Then second reaction is this potassium aluminate on reaction with sulfuric acid. This potassium aluminate on reaction with sulfuric acid gives precipitate of aluminum hydroxide. So there is a formation of precipitate. There is formation of precipitate of aluminum hydroxide takes place, and further if you add sulfuric acid, then this precipitate, aluminum hydroxide, white color precipitate will get dissolved, and you will get this salt formation. You will get this salt formation. Okay. Okay, now so what will be the reaction? This is a potassium aluminate salt in presence of H2SO4. You will it will give you precipitate of aluminum hydroxide. It will give you precipitate of aluminum hydroxide, and this precipitate is a white color precipitate. And then at the same time you will get K2SO4 and two water molecules. And if you add H2SO4 in this white precipitate, I have written this reaction here. White precipitate in presence of water molecule will get dissolve and will get Al2 aluminum sulfate formation you will get. So this is the second reaction. Then the next reaction, next step क्या है? The next is resultant solution. जो कुछ भी आपका solution था, that solutions you have to concentrate, you have to heat that solution so as to get a potash alum crystal. So this is your potash alum. This is your potash alum. If you concentrate and cool it, then you will get crystals of potash alum. You will get crystals of potash alum. This is your product. This is your product. So we will see the next net reaction. Net reaction is what? 2Al in presence of KOH plus 4 mole of H2SO4 in presence of 22 water molecules will give you this potash alum crystals. Will give these potash alum crystals, and a hydrogen gas is evolved during this reaction. Hydrogen gas is evolved during these reactions, and due to this evolution of hydrogen gas, what you have to do? You have to perform these reactions in a well ventilated area. Okay, this care you have to take. Then the next part is a procedure. Now we'll see the procedure one by one. What you have to do? First, write down this procedure. Take a clean piece of scrap aluminum. You have to take a clean piece of scrap aluminum and you have to cut it into a very small pieces. So take a clean piece of small aluminum, or you can use aluminum foil also, and you have to cut into a very small pieces, and you have to transfer all the pieces into 250 ml conical flask. Then next step is, then in that conical flask you have to add 20 ml of 4 molar KOH solution. And then you have to add 20 ml of 4 molar KOH solution into the conical flask. So as to what will happen after adding a KOH, all the fine okay, no problem, Sejal. You can see the video after my lecture is over. I will upload this video on YouTube. No problem. You can see this video many times. No problem. Okay. And if you have any problem, any doubt, please ask me after the this online practical is over. I will give you 5 to 10 minutes for that. Okay. Okay. Chalo, no problem. Then no problem. Then next step is what? You have to add 20 ml of 4 molar KOH solution into the conical flask so as to dissolve all the scrap aluminum. So after addition of KOH, 4 molar KOH, what will happen? All the small particles हम लोगों ने जो prepare किए थे ना, that will get dissolved, and you have to heat this solution gently so as dissolution will take faster. And during this heating, what happens? I have told you, during this heating what happens? There is a evolution of hydrogen gas takes place, and due to this evolution of hydrogen gas, because of this hydrogen gas is a flammable gas, you have to do this very gentle heating in a well ventilated area. Okay. Okay. Then next, what you have to do? Filter the solution to remove any insoluble impurities. You have to filter this solution to remove any insoluble impurities and concentrate the solution after filtration. क्या करना है? After the heating, you have to filter it so as what happens after filtration? There is removal of insoluble impurities takes place, and concentrate this solution after filtration. That means concentrate करना means आपको क्या करना है? You have to continue the heating and you have to remove the water molecules. You have to remove the waters which is present in that solution. That process is called as a concentration. Then allow the whole solution to cool. And after that add 12 normal H2SO4 slowly. And after cooling only, you have to add concentrated H2SO4 dropwise and slowly. Until what? Until you will get insoluble aluminum hydroxide. क्या हो जाएगा, आफ्टर 12 normal H2SO4 you will get a precipitate of aluminum hydroxide. You will get a precipitate of aluminum hydroxide. And if you continue addition of H2SO4, आप लोग जैसे जैसे H2SO4 की एडिशन कंटिन्यू करोगे तैसे तैसे क्या हो जाएगा, एल्यूमिनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड का प्रेसिपिटेट जो पहले फॉर्म हुआ था दैट विल गेट डिसॉल्व, that will get a dissolve. ठीक है, so first aluminum hydroxide will get formed after addition of concentrated H2SO4, and if you continue the addition of H2SO4, then that formed aluminum hydroxide precipitate will get dissolved. Then cool the solution. The next part is cool the resultant solution in ice bath for 30 minutes. Then what क्या करना है आप लोगों को, you have to cool that solution in ice bath for 30 minutes. And after cooling or during this cooling, what will happen, the crystals of potash alum will get formed. During this cooling only you will get very good crystals of potash alum. Filter it on a vacuum pump. Then what you have to do, you have to filter it on a vacuum pump and wash with 1:1 ethanol and record the yield. क्या करना है नेक्स्ट, आपको क्या करना है, you have to wash it by using 1:1 ethanol. 1:1 ethanol means 50-50%. 50% water and 50% ethanol, that is called as a 1:1 ethanol. After washing it, dry it and record the yield. Dry it and record the yield. So this is the procedure for preparation of potash alum. Then next we will see the calculation and theoretical part. Next we will see calculation and theoretical part. So first we will see the theoretical yield. Next we see a theoretical yield. Now molar mass of aluminum is how much, 26.98 gram per mole. Then molar mass of alum is 474.39 gram per mole. Then due to or by this equation you can write 26.98 gram per mole of aluminum corresponds to 474.39 gram per mole of alum, and this is for 26.98 gram. Now we will calculate for 1 gram. 1 gram of aluminum will corresponds to how much, this value will come, if you do the cross multiplication it will come 17.58 gram per mole of alum. Now practical yield आपको कैलकुलेट करना है, रिकॉर्ड करना है, दैट इज ए ग्राम. प्रैक्टिकल यील्ड आपको कैलकुलेट करना है, दैट इज ए ग्राम. ठीक है, प्रैक्टिकल यील्ड आपको क्या करना है, ए ग्राम कैलकुलेट करना है. एंड दिस प्रैक्टिकल यील्ड यू कैन टेक इन बिटवीन 12 to 17 gram. Practical yield you can take in between 12 to 17 gram, any value you can take, and call this value as a gram. Call this value as a gram. Then we will find out the percentile. How will you find out percentile? By using this variable. 17.58 gram will corresponds to 100%. Will corresponds to 100 gram. So your practical yield a gram corresponds to how much? So x is equal to, we can find out this, therefore x is equal to a multiplied by 100 divided by 17.58. it will give you a percent practical yield. It will give you a percent practical yield. So in this way you have to find out the percent practical yield, and last part is you have to write down the result table. In the result section again 2 points are there. Practical yield of potash alum, that is a gram. Practical yield of potash alum, that is a gram, and I have told you have to take any value in between 50 to 17 gram. Take any value in between 12 to 17 gram and find out the percent practical yield and write down here. So this is your result table. Now this is we have finished 2 experiment. Now if you have any problem, any doubt, you can ask me. I will be happy to answer your डाउट्स प्रॉब्लम्स, ठीक है कोई प्रॉब्लम यू कैन आस्क मी इन चैट बॉक्स। आप लोग मुझे चैट बॉक्स में कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स है तो आप लोग मुझे बोल सकते हो, ठीक है। ओके, सो आई विल गिव 5 minutes फॉर दैट। Okay, now what you have to do, you have to write down all these two experiment on a paper. What you have to write down? You have to write down aim, chemicals, apparatus, theory, procedure, calculation and result table. Please write down what क्या लिखना है आप लोगों को, what all we have to write। हाँ, now write down these things। क्या लिखना है आप लोगों को, आप लोगों को लिखना है aim of the experiment, chemicals you have to write down, theory you have to write down, don't write procedure, aim, chemical apparatus, theory, don't write procedure, you have to write down calculation and you have to write down result tables, and on the top of your that paper you have to write down your name, and your roll number। प्राजक्ता, दिस इज फॉर फर्स्ट ईयर, आप लोगों के लिए नहीं है। ओके, वेरी गुड। देन आप लोगों को क्या करना है, ये आप लोगों को लिखना है ऑन अ प्लेन पेपर एंड आप लोगों को लिखना है इन असाइनमेंट सेक्शन। आई विल क्रिएट असाइनमेंट सेक्शन फॉर यू पीपल। I will create an assignment section for you people. In that assignment section only you have to write it. ठीक है? So I will create a assignment section for you people. Now I am creating it. And you have to upload a PDF or photo Okay, I am creating now. First experiment कौन सा था आप लोगों का? Preparation of more salt. More salt. And second experiment is synthesis of potash alum. जैसे लास्ट एक्सपेरिमेंट में आप लोगों ने किया था ना, सेम आप लोगों को अपलोड करना है, ठीक है। सबमिट द इनऑर्गेनिक सिंथेसिस एक्सपेरिमेंट एंड व्हिच टू एक्सपेरिमेंट यू हैव टू सबमिट? synthesis of more salt and preparation of potash alum. That experiment you have to submit. Okay. I will give you the last date. ठीक है, the last date is tomorrow. You have to submit it tomorrow at 5 PM. Due date is tomorrow. Okay. I have created. Sir, can you share the PDF of the experiment? Yes, Gayatri, I have already shared. You can check a classroom for that. I have shared a PDF of this experiment on a Google Classroom. You can check the Google Classroom for that, Gayatri. Okay, any problem? If no problem, shall I stop here? I will share I will share this video also, no problem. I will share this video also, no problem. Okay, so no problem. Okay, so I will stop here now. Take care. Have a good day.